Welcome, beautiful soul. It's time to remember who we are. You were born for this moment, this breath. Nature teaches us and reminds us that whatever it is that we are searching for, that whatever our hearts and souls are longing for, we must know our unlimited power and worth. It's all already within us. So thank you for saying yes to this moment. Thank you for saying yes to this journey. And most of all, thank you for saying yes to yourself. Welcome, beautiful soul. Hello, beautiful soul. I'm so grateful that you are here. We're going to be talking about something that I think is so powerful for all of us, how I learned to overcome being afraid of saying no. I used to be scared of saying no. I don't know if you've had that experience. I think it is common, and I want to share more about why I was so scared to say no and what it took for me to come to a place of realizing how powerful it is to be able to understand the time and seasons where a no is truly exactly what is needed for ourselves. So let's breathe first. Close your eyes if you're able to safely do so and join me. This is our time to notice the breath. No need to change it. We're simply noticing if it's in our chest, up high by our throat, or down deep in our abdomen. We're simply noticing as we inhale and exhale. This is our time to give thanks to ourselves for being present today. And certainly grateful for the breath of life evident in us and all around us, connecting us to all life. As you inhale, I want you to receive all that is for you, all that nourishes you, all that replenishes you. And as you exhale, I want you to simply let go of anything you've been carrying that is not for you to carry, that is not yours. Let it go. And we imagine it being beautifully recycled, the same way the plants receive our carbon dioxide and we receive their oxygen. We just see this beautiful exchange as we receive what is for us and we let go of what is not. And now I'd like you to put your attention on that beautiful inner heart space as you take a nice deep inhale with me for 5 seconds. This is our 5-5-5. Let's inhale now for 5. And hold it for 5 seconds. And now slowly exhale for 5 seconds. You can return to normal breathing, and before you open your eyes, simply ask your deep inner heart, that deep inner knowing, that place of beautiful love with a capital L, what is it that you want me to know in this moment? We're making space to be open, to listen to the deepest truth with the capital T truth that is evident within us. And whenever you're ready, you can slowly come back and open your eyes. We're talking about saying no, and for some of us, The thought of saying no to someone or something induces worry and fear and anxiety. Why? Well, it's pretty simple. It's because we've been so conditioned and affirmed and accepted. We're doing what everyone else wants. I've shared with you before on previous episodes, and I will say it again, that I definitely have t-shirts, bumper stickers, the whole bit when it comes to being a people pleaser. And I prided myself on that. And the asterisk, the big and with that, is that when I slow it down and peel it all back, I really wasn't pleasing other people to serve them, to make sure they're okay. I was simply protecting me from their disappointment, from their being upset with me. It basically was self-preservation and a protection from not wanting anyone angry with me. I don't know if you have a story related to that. I have so many. And I learned it at such an early age. And I was so acknowledged, and I received so many benefits from doing what everybody else wanted. And the cost of that was I didn't know me. I didn't know what I really wanted. And I certainly did not know how to say no. And the idea of saying no to anyone seemed petrifying because I was so worried. Here's the other fear of losing and missing out. Missing out on anything. The young people call it FOMO, fear of missing out. And I was also so worried of being rejected, that if someone is upset with me, they may reject me and leave me. And so I would prevent that by going above and beyond, stretching myself thinner than thin, so thin, trying to be everything to everyone, that I was nothing for me. And there was nothing left in the tank for me. And when I finally realized how much energy I had spent on building what was essentially a facade, I had to do what Rumi talks about, beautiful philosopher, spiritual teacher talks about. Sometimes to create the new building, we have to, the old one has to come down. I'm paraphrasing. So that whole facade had to come down. And recognize also within that was a lot of pride and shame and guilt. Pride that I didn't want anyone to be upset with me, and I prided myself on being this version of what everybody else would be happy to have, would compliment me for. So it's a trade. So I'm trading my authenticity, I'm trading my truth for someone else's acceptance. And it's such a short-lived fix. Because the minute you get that fix, that little boost, you need more. And I would need to do it all over again. To spend time and energy figuring out what someone else wants and needs and giving it to them on a silver platter, while I was left with scraps at most. And so saying no to someone or something felt like losing myself, felt like hurting myself. And it's so inverted, because the very act of trying to be all of these things, of sacrificing my truth, was costing me my well-being, in addition to my authenticity, my connection to self. And it's so far from fully being able to love ourselves, to know that I am worthy and I am deserving of the very best that I can give me. And you've heard this saying before, and if not, then please remember it, that sometimes we do need to say a no so it can be a yes for ourselves. And learning to discern that still quiet voice in each of us that lets us know this is for you. This is a pause. And if you're not able to say no, then we sometimes need to say pause, or not now, until you can fully grow into being able to say no as a complete sentence. Not no because, or no but, or no I wish, or no I'm really sorry. Just no. No. And our bodies know, K-N-O-W. Your bodies know what is for us. That's why we breathe when we begin, to settle us into putting our attention on ourselves, not on our thoughts and our mind, because that's where saying no just runs right through. And ignoring our no is listening to that mind, is listening to, well, someone else is going to be so upset, and we do this massive head game, and we play out all these scenarios of, but if this, and then they're going to say this, and this is going to happen, and we play out this whole big, almost like an opera, literally, filled with so much drama, and it just moves us so far from the truth. So when we come back, and breath is just a great way to come back to what is my truth. I talk about a time when, as a minister, towards the end of my time serving in the full-time capacity as a minister, and what I mean by that is full-time in a like physical community. And I began to, during many of our leadership meetings, intentionally pause and close my eyes before I spoke. And the reason I needed to pause and close my eyes was to break the habit of just simply flying through words and skipping over my truth. I was simply just uttering things that I had become so accustomed to doing, and other people become so accustomed to me saying and following and agreeing. And when I slowed it down and would pause and close my eyes before speaking, I realized, wow, I had traveled so far from my truth. It's like a ship that had sailed so far from its initial port. I was so far away. I was in waters so far that I barely recognized me. And so to come home, and I often talk about coming home to our peace, coming home to power, coming home to our inner voice, our inner truth, our inner heart. Much of the time that means saying no to all that is not for us. I'm not talking about saying no, it's not for us to benefit us in the transactional sense. I'm talking about saying no that's not beneficial for our well-being, that's hurting us because we are compromising with our own truth, our own dignity, our own integrity, our own worth. And we become so flippant with our words that they become meaningless. And so then our own selves can't believe our own selves because we become so used to lying and denying our truth, masking it because we want to play nice, because we want to be accepted, because someone else has an expectation we want to fulfill. And so no is a beautiful way that we can show love and find our way home. No, this is not for me. It's funny because, some of our ancient teachings show that when people wondered how to use words to describe God, the universe, the creator, source, that sometimes saying what it is not was the way to and through connection to God, to source, to the universe, multiverse, was by saying what it's not. There's power in knowing what is not for us, what is not true. There's power in knowing what is for us and saying no to those things that are dressed up to look like it could be for us, when actually it's just taking us farther away from being our best answer for ourselves. We are all on this journey. We are all learning as we go, growing one breath at a time. And it's a practice. To know, K-N-O-W, when to say no, and to let go of any fear of being judged, discarded, rejected, criticized, left out for saying no. That loving ourselves means I can let go of what my ego wants, which is all of those things, and honor my soul. We are all beautiful soul, and we all have that ability to practice and slow it down, to hear the still, quiet voice of capital T truth within us, that beautiful essence that's already within us. Honoring that is the love that is so needed from us to us, so we can be love in this world. I'm sure you've noticed there's so much room for more kindness, more patience, more love. We practice by showing it to ourselves. And sometimes we do that by simply saying the word no. So practice with gentleness, with grace. Slow it down and breathe. Close your eyes if you need to before you speak. Check in with yourself and say, what is my truth? And when you capture it and you know it, I ask you to honor it. The same way I honor you, and the same way I thank you for being exactly who you are, always more than enough, already amazing, exquisite, fabulous, truly more than words could ever describe or define. Light, radiance, joy, peace, grace. Thank you for being you, beautiful soul. Thank you, beautiful soul, for remembering who we are and for making time and space to be with us today. As you go forward on your journey to the known and unknown places, continue to listen to your inner heart and honor your soul, because your answers are always within you. Please consider supporting us and spreading more light and love with this message by simply liking the video below, subscribing, and consider sharing as well. Most of all, take gentle care and breathe. We see you. We thank you, beautiful soul.